Hi, I am going to share you some events or the activities that frequently we are doing mistake in our day-to-day life, as well as for the students, particularly for the students. I am talking about the examination pattern as well as the pattern of answer, writing of the answers, and the time management in the various competitive examination as well as the board examinations. The students those who are pursuing the board examinations, they are now in the stress because the CBSE Central Board of Secondary Education is going to be declared the date of examination on 2nd February 2021 by the HRD Minister Ramesh Pokriwal ji regarding the 10th board examinations as well as the 12th board examinations date sheet. Now the students are under the stress. Secondly, that ICSE also going to be declared their date sheets, though their examination is to be held on after a few months, the later period, but still the students are under the pressure. As all of you know that this year has gone in the vain. That means no physical classrooms teachings are done. All the things, whatever is to be done through virtual mode, the students are got the teaching learning experiences through online mode only. Online mode, though it is perfect, the virtual mode is perfect for the some topics, for the some subjects, but all the subjects, in my opinion, in my views, it is not practical to conduct the online classes and give the details regarding the subject concepts as well as their practical problems solutions. It is very difficult, particularly for the mathematics, physics, chemistry, as well as accountancies. Likewise, there is also some other subjects in which the virtual mode is not practicable. They need the physical or the practical classroom teachings where the teacher can impart you the best resources, best materials, best teachings, the subject's concepts, so that students will get through it and get the enough skills, knowledge to handle these subjects. So as this year has gone in the vain, no physical mode of the classroom has been done. The students are on through the virtual mode, so they are now in the stress. So the management of the stress is important thing. Don't go through into the stress. Be calm, quiet, make and use your time for the different sources, collect the different materials, read yourselves, though you had got some information through the virtual mode of the board classrooms teachings. It is help you in getting into the deep as well as the deeper concepts of that particular subject. You will certainly the beneficials for that concepts if you go through the details by collecting the raw materials, resources for the subject matters. You can manage your stress by listening to the song or use your time for some other sports events, indoor sports, as well as the own that virtual game through the different games. Use your time, involve your time, manage your stress, talk with your friends, and then you can relax your mind and bring the mind into the stable concepts so that you can handle the stress easily. The stress is not so difficult to handle and manage by the students. If the students will try it, then certainly they can handle it easily. There is no problems. There is no difficulties in handling the stress management. So we are very much anxious, very much eager before starting off some events, before starting off some examinations. We are throughout the night we are doing the studies so that in the morning we are fresh and going to appear the examinations. It is not good. Friends, if you go through the analysis and the particulars that a subject studied in the throughout the year, some portions of the subjects you will study it, then certainly you can relax your mind. Don't go for the overnight study because very much hamper it is very much hamper. So in the next mornings you are not in a relax, in a better mode to give the examinations, to appear the examinations, because you are in the not in the rest. That rest is also need, because the rest is so much of important for your handling of the stress management. That sufficient rest must be there. The management, scientific management says that there should be the fatigue study. Fatigue study says that whenever we are working continuously for some days, for some period, we need certain rest intervals. So that's why you might have seen that in the working hours in different organizations are giving different intervals, short break, so that the workers will be again refreshed and get ready to work hard. So this is most important. So if you get the proper fatigue, that means rest intervals for your mind, then you can easily you can manage your stress, the pressures, you can relax your pressures and be refreshed to appear the examinations. So this is regarding the beginning part. Then let's comes to the examinations. Whenever we are heard about any examinations, maybe our that class examinations or the board examinations or the competitive examinations, we are becoming breathless to how that will do the better and the best in the examinations. Everybody's, no doubt in it, that all the students, those who are listening to this my YouTube, be careful that don't be very much anxious for your examinations. Take it in a relaxed mode, relaxed manners, and be fearful, not be fearful. Forget about your fears, your that anxiety, whatever it meant, who says that is due to the fear, that phobia that leads to your that anxiety. That anxiety should be relaxed, should be avoided, should be forgotten, and be relaxed mode and appear your examinations. You will be doing the better. So when you are going to appear the examination, you should be very calm and quiet and make it a mental peace, that then appear the examinations. Then go through your studies, your subjects detail before the examinations. Complete your syllabus thoroughly. That is the most important thing. If you go through your syllabus and complete your subjects and the topics thoroughly, then certainly there will be no anxiety, there is no phobia, no fear regarding of your examinations preparations. Prepare in a very rightful manners, in a proper directions, so that you can handle your examination very easily, very easiest ways. That is the to appear the examinations. There is that examination. So when you are going to appear the examinations, that use your time. That's why I written here examination and time management. Time management is the most important part of your examinations. Well, whatever the examination you may face in your life, maybe first study your time, how much time is allotted, that time management. That time management is the most important part of your the examinations. How much time is allotted? At what time you should reach the place of examination or the center of examinations. So when you are going to appear the examination, remember that at least half an hour before you should reach the examination center. Sometimes some examination, competitive examination, nowadays demand 1 hour, 2 hours before you should reach in the examination center. It is not necessary. Be calm and quiet, and don't be anxiety, and reach your examination center half an hour or 45 minutes before, because that is sufficient to take your seat in the examination hall or the examination center in your allotted number, roll number. See your allotted roll number. Where is your examination center? Just carefully go through it before the day of the examination starts. Suppose that tomorrow is your examination. Today you have to be prepared for that. See your admit card, roll number, examination center or the hall, then the place of examination. If possible, visit that examination center day before the examination, if possible. Otherwise, nowadays if you are staying in the city or the towns, you will not find difficulties in reaching that examination center. You will reach easily. Your parents are helping you. They can pick up you and leave their examination center. Tell your parents always at least half an hour, 45 minutes before you should reach the examination center. This is necessary, because at the last hour, if you rush to the examination center, there is a lot of anxiety, lot of problems will be happen. Sometimes you will forget your admit card, or sometimes you will forget your that materials, that pen or some other materials which is to be required for your examinations. So don't be hurried, don't be rushed at the last moment. Don't wait till the last moment. Prepare 1 hour before, ready, and tell your parents to drop yourselves at the examination center at least 45 minutes or half an hour before, so that you will reach the examination center, enter the examination center by showing your admit card very easily, very calm and quietly, refreshing your minds, smiling with the smiling face. Then reach your examination center, sit in your allotted roll number, see your roll number carefully and sit. Sometimes the students are doing mistake that they are forgetting about their roll number and remembering some other roll number and enter, sit there. At the last moment, that invigilator who are in that examination center, they will tell you, no, this is not your roll number, this is not your seat, you can search someone. So at the time again you will be more anxiety will be arises. So don't avoid it always. See your roll number carefully, see your centers, allotted seat, hall, then reach there and take your seat half an hour before or 45 minutes before, of the examination center. Sit and remember about the God Almighty always help, they will help you. So no problems. Then just before the examinations, be refresh your mind. Then take the question paper or the answer sheet which will be given to you by the in charge of that examination hall or the invigilator. They will give you the question paper as well as the answer sheet. Take up that, then fill up the necessary things, your name, roll number, the text booklet numbers, your everything. You fill up it properly and easily, very calm and quietly. Don't be hurry. By hurry, you may do the mistake. Don't be hurry. That's why I told you that at least 30 minutes or 45 minutes before reach your examinations. Then you can imagine then what should be written, what should be, where should be written, where your signature should be there. Everything you can write it comfortably. Write it comfortably, clearly. Don't overwrite it. Don't make it wrong. So there will be a problem. Then when you got the examination questions, read the examination questions carefully. If it is that YouTube is watching by the class 10 or the 12th board examination students, aspirants, if they are appearing the board examinations, see the examination questions which will be given to you 15 minutes before, because at 10:30, if the 10:30 your examination begins, at 10:15 they will give you the question paper. At 10 AM they will give you the answer sheet to fill up the necessary informations, darken it. Then after they will give you the question paper 15 minutes before to read the questions. 15 minutes is given for your reading of the question paper. So if this YouTube is to be seen by the other students, those who are aspirants of the different competitive examinations, certainly they may not get the time to read the questions. They will go through hurriedly that questions and see the questions, how many number of questions and what is your time. This time management is important. That means if you had allotted 180 questions for 3 hours, means 180 minutes, 180 questions, one question 1 minute. Accordingly, you will have to set up your mind and use your time and manage your time by allotting the 1 minute for each one questions. If 3 hours is there, but the number of questions is 120 or 150, then accordingly more than 1 minute you will get the time. So accordingly you manage it. Where you will get the simple questions, easy questions, make it answer immediately. Just make the answer with the help of the pencils in your question paper, because question paper will be given to you. The candidates, they will take away. Only the answer sheet they will submit for the competitive examinations. But they will take away. Let's finish about for the competitive examinations. Then I will start about the board examinations. So when they will bring the question paper to home, so certainly you can use the pencil or the pen. First mark on your question paper the right answer, the correct choice, because multiple choice has to be given. So the questions which is difficult, just leave it. Don't waste the time for that particular questions. Use your time, manage your time very systematically, efficiently, effectively, and answer all the questions correctly. And after you complete all the questions, then find out how many questions you had not answered. Those questions you just go through it carefully. The questions which you had already completed, that means out of suppose 180 questions are there. Out of 180 questions, 150 questions you had completed correctly. As per your idea, your views, you had done correctly. So first do it, darken it in your answer sheet. Then your response sheet or the answer sheet, then rest 30 questions, go through it correctly, because there may be negative marking for those questions, wrong answers. So be careful, don't put the wrong answers, because your correct, whatever you have done correct answers, you may be got the negative marking. Due to negative marking wrong answer, your total mark score will be reduced. So those things should be avoided. Don't put the wrong answer, do the correct answer. If you are sure, do it. If you are in doubt, then just revise it, remember it, recall it, then do the answers. So this is the best way for the competitive questions, competitive answers. Now let's come to discuss. I am coming here to discuss about the board examination students, because now the students are very anxious, because they had gone throughout the year the virtual mode of teaching. They had no practical teaching classes in their classrooms. How they will appear the examination, board examinations, just by seeing the question paper in the physical form, that classroom examinations, because till date online questions, online examination has been, they had appeared. So all are objective types. Let's discuss about the 10th and 12th board examinations, how you will handle it. So you can, it may be your board examination, or it may be your the classroom examination, annual examination, or the pre-board examination, whatever it may be. It is for same, equal for everybody's. So first, reach your examination center half an hour before. Take your seat, allotted seat, see your seat in your allotted roll number. Then got the answer sheet, write down the necessary things, name, subject, date, roll number, everything correctly. Then put your signatures. Then you will get your question paper 15 minutes before starting of the usual examinations. So that 15 minutes is very important for you, dear students. If you think it, if you use those 15 minutes time for your examinations, then certainly you will do the best in your examinations, no doubt in it. So because that 15 minutes is very important. Why it is important? Because you got the question paper, enter your roll number there. If it is a board examination, if you the school examinations, write your roll number there, because it is better. Then read the question paper thoroughly. That 15 minutes is given time for the reading of that question papers. If you go through the detailed reading of that question paper, then certainly you will get lot of response, lot of answers by reading of that questions, because that reading of that questions will help you in understanding the different questions, difficulties levels, and its answers, what they demand. So the questions which is easy, you can do it better, no problems. But the questions which is, you think that this is a difficult questions, read it 2 times, 3 times, then immediately you will get your recall, remember, then rethink about the subjects which you had thoroughly completed the syllabus in your reading, and remember it and get your answers, no problems. This 15 minutes use only in reading, and if there is a 1 mark questions, multiple choice question is given, then during this 15 minutes you can just tick mark it the correct response, because that will save you time when you appear the long answer questions. So 15 minutes is over. Start your examinations, because this examination is for your 3 hours time. You had got 3 hours, 180 minutes, but your answer of the questions is only 80 marks, because 20 marks is your internal choice nowadays. So 80 marks. Remember, 20 marks you are getting internal choice, because from your school you will get the 20 marks course. Out of that you might have got 18 or 19 or the 20, no problems. But the rest 80 marks, be careful it, because for 80 marks you are getting 3 hours. For 80 marks you are getting time is 3 hours. That means 3 hours means it is 180 minutes. plus 15 minutes extra for your getting reading of that questions. So 180 minutes, 80 marks. So if you divide that 180 by 80, so that is your that means that is around 2 minutes 25 seconds you are getting for the each 1 mark questions answers, or 1 mark you are getting 2 minutes 25 seconds. That means if you divide 180 by 80, so it is for the 1 marks questions you are getting 2 minutes 25 seconds. But for the science subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, that physical educations, like those subjects having practical, where there is a practical is 30 marks, there you are getting 70 marks for 180 minutes for 70 marks. That means for 1 mark you are getting around 2 minutes to 56 seconds. It is more than 2.5 minutes. So that means it is sufficient. Yeah, students, it is sufficient time. That is the time management is the most important thing during the examinations. When your examination begins, that remember this is the time you are getting. If it is a 70 marks, if it is a 80 marks, you are getting this main time for your 1 mark questions answers. So read, already you had got the questions 15 minutes time. We had already got 15 minutes for your reading of that questions. During that time, already I told you, if there is a 1 mark questions like multiple choice is there, the questions which is the correct one, just tick that at that time, because the time will, this time you will save it. This time you can be diverted for the long questions answering, because this time is sufficient. That is the most very important for your long questions answers. So when you are starting your examinations, beginning your examinations, start from your simple to the difficulties level of the questions. Begins from your simple questions and reach at the last to the difficulty level questions. When you are reading the questions 15 minutes time, already I have appointed you that just to tick the questions which is a difficult one, just make it star mark, so that this question need that thorough answers by some remembering or something, I think. Whatever it may be, just make it star mark, that I don't know this answer. Or if I know it only that 50% I know it, rest 50% I do not know, just to star mark it. This questions you will answer it at the last time. And the simple question begins with the simple. That means answering of your paper examinations will goes to from simple to the difficulty levels. Difficult questions. Simple questions to the difficult questions. This is the most valuable part of your examination patterns. Writing of your answers begins from your simple questions. If it is simple, easy, simple or easy. That means easy questions you can quickly answer it. Then save your time, some time, because allotted time already I have shown you 2 minutes 25 seconds. If it is 80 marks questions, if it is a 70 marks questions, then 2 minutes 56 seconds. That means around 3 minutes. That means around 3 minutes you are getting. So this 3 minutes is sufficient. That means if it is a simple or easy question, save some time. You waste there 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, save some minutes which will be help you for answering long questions in a elaborated manners, in a detailed manners, in a giving your proper idea, giving your opinions, views, points from the each and every corners, so that nobody will deduct your marks from your answers of that questions. So starts from the simple, reach to the difficult levels. This is the answering of your questions and the managing of your time. Now begins that 1 mark questions. So that is the type of questions you might have faced. That 1 mark, that is the either that blank, fill in the blanks, or the multiple choice type, or the that is the table forms, option 1, option 2, choice forms. So whatever it may be, the questions which you know it, just do the answers immediately. The questions answer which you do not know it, leave it at the to the last. Then likewise come to the second questions, that type of question, that is a 2 marks or the 3 marks each, which need answering 50 to 75 words sufficient. If it is a that subjective type questions, if it is a mathematics expression type, calculation type, then do it yourselves. So remember your allotted time, your calculated time, because this is the most important things. How much time you are taking? If you are taking 3 minutes, that means more time you are taken. Save that some minutes from other questions. This should be practice, should be done. And then 2 marks, 3 marks, if it is subjective type, do the answers within 75 to 50 words. To the point, write the answers. Write the point, explain it, then your answer is over. So if it is 2 marks, write 2 points, give answers. Just explanation 2 to 3 lines, sufficient. So if it is 3 marks, 3 points, give explanation. If it is a 4 marks, 4 points, write the points, highlight the points, then explain it with the 3 to 4 lines is sufficient. Likewise, if it is a 5 marks questions, then write the 5 points. Points must be written. If you don't write the points, then the examiner may overlook your answers, because he may not read your answer, whatever you might write the correct answers, but nobody will read this while the examiner is checking your papers. Because I am telling you from my practical experience. I had seen so many examiners. I had seen the evaluation also. I had done also evaluations, but nobody is going through the detail about the answers. What you had written at the top, point you had written, yes, the point is correct. Then explanation, just 1 line, they will read it. Then after that they will tick mark it. Yes. So this is the way you have to write the answers. Just write the point, explain it. 5 point, 5 marks, 5 point, then explain it 5 lines each. So 5 lines each is sufficient. 5 lines each means 5 point, it is around 25 lines. 25 lines, which means if you 1 line contains about 6 to 8 words, that 25 lines means that around 200 words answer you are given. So that is sufficient. Yeah. Next is your 6 marks or the 8 mark questions. Accordingly, you have to write the points. If it is subjective, if it is a mathematics, explain it, then solve it, then show the notes to the detail, so that your answer will be correct. So that is the way of answering the pattern of examinations, answering your papers correct. Then after answering all the questions, then at the last you see the questions which you had left, because that is not known to you at the beginning, that simple to or easy to difficult you are going through. Then at the last you go through the difficult questions. Then remember something, whatever you know it, something is better than nothing. Don't leave the totals. Don't make it the blank totals. Don't forget that you are not written anything for that. You are bound, you are sure, that 100% sure that you had written something for that even difficult questions which you do not anything. Even you do not know anything, but write something. Something यार better than nothing. कौन पूछता है, कौन देखता है, ये सब चीज हर कोई एग्जामिनर सब सारे डिटेल में नहीं जाते हैं. थोड़ा सा पॉइंट, अगर थोड़ा सा, जब आपने रीडिंग मारा था क्वेश्चन, मैंने आपको पॉइंट आउट किया था कि कि जो अगर ये डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन है 2 बार 3 बार उसको रीडिंग करिए, उसको थोड़ा सा आपको याद आ जाएगा, उसी याद को लेकर थोड़ा सा लिख दीजिए, बस समथिंग इज बेटर देन नथिंग, दैट विल हेल्प यू इन अर्निंग सम मार्क्स, इन स्कोरिंग ऑफ द सम मार्क्स by answering of that difficult questions. That is the best way. But if it is a competitive examination, for the wrong questions negative marking is there, then don't write that questions answers. So this is my advice to you. And if it is a board examination, 10 or 12 examination, where there is no wrong answering, wrong negative marks is there, so write the questions, write the answers, don't write the questions. Write the answers of the difficult questions. Even if 50% you know it, recall it, remember it, something, you write it, then complete the answers, then go through the detail, just revise the answers, your question papers as well as your answer sheet. Check, that means checking of your answers is most important, vital aspect. That means whether all the questions answer you had given or not. Sequentially go through the question answer writing in your examination answer sheet. Sequential begins from the one and at the last questions. Don't haphazard it. Wherever a particular answer is completed and still something is left, you are switching to the next page. At the end of the last page, don't forget to write PTU. Please this is PTU should be written, because it shows that your answer still is there in the next page. The examiner will go to the next page and check your answer paper. If you don't write this, if it is the last question, something is still left in your next page, he may not see this, overlook it, you would lose. So this PTU is very, very important. There are so many students, they don't write this PTU, but those who are actually that know it, the techniques, you should use this. This is the some tips which I have given you. Manage your stress, manage your time, manage your reading of the question paper, then answer the questions from easiest to difficult levels, from simple to the last difficult levels. Answer all the questions in a sequential order, from one begins with the one and reach at the last questions, because the examiner will be happy to know if you had written begin from the one to the last question sequentially, and he will feel very happy. Yes, this student has written beautiful answers. And while you are writing the answer, one thing you should remember, that write, even if your handwriting is not good, but if your handwriting is good, no problem. If your handwriting is not good, then keep some space between the two words, because that space will help you better reading and understanding of your answers, what you had written. So hope you had take it into the mind and take it in a positive way. Always take the positive and optimistic manner. Don't be a pessimistic way. Always be positive. Keep in mind, smile. If it is a NEET examination or the IIEEE or the AIMS medical examinations preparing, then don't put the wrong answers. Do the correct answers. Those you are sure. If you are doubt, forget it. Don't write the wrong answer, because it is negative. It may be negative and wrong answer, it will reduce your score. So this is the things which I want to give you before the board examinations. See this YouTube, subscribe it. Hope you had taken it in a positive way, and more subscribe it. You will get a lot of videos about it. Thank you.